Buenos dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking smack at it. Bye-up, bye-up. Yes, indubitably, and as you can tell by that thumbnail, we're back at it like a motherfucking smack at it. We're making it happen in a menudo style, a direct fashion. Yes, indubitably. I've been saying it for a long time, right? And I'm going to continue to say it day in and day out because I have to bring you the best content I possibly can. And so, bang, plato, there it is. Carne asada con tortillas, corn, or flour. It doesn't matter, whatever you like. So, indulge. Now, trip out. A very serious matter today we're talking about. We're talking about the Sacramento mass shooting. Okay, it happened over the weekend, and it's a very unfortunate incident that happened. I've told you guys about Sacra, the city of Sacramento, 9/11 sickness, capital city. It really goes down here on Gilligan's Isle, right? It goes down in Sacramento. No disrespect intended when I say Sacramento, Wiggles. Okay, it's unfortunate that people had to lose their lives. And my condolences and my respects go out to the families of the lost ones, the lost soldados. But at the same time, you need to understand that when you're out there in the city streets of Sacramento, you need to wiggle just right. So you need to follow that yellow brick road in a righteous fashion. Because if you're just out there hanging around, smoking a cigarro, kicking back, frajo time, orale, just out there on the calles chilling, things like this happen. Now, shit happens randomly. You know, I understand every big city, people are out there ghosted up, drummed up. They're ready for whatever. See, we can get it on. Or 40. They're ready for whatever. But what happened this unfortunate night was there was actually a fight. A fight broke out at a local nightclub, which is in downtown Old Sac. A very well-known club. You got to understand this strip right here, there's nothing but clubs and everyone likes to go hang out. You know, Saturday, Sunday night, it's on and crack-a-lackin'. Motherfucker, it's getting warm. Summer's coming. People are getting heated. They're feeling cheated. Played them soft. They had a meeting. Shit was supposed to have been squashed. Charlie, this is Sacramento. Ain't nothing squashed. A lot of these gang activities, these fights, these things that have been happening over generations. They're generational. They've been happening year in and year out, and they're going to continue to happen until, you know, about to stop. You know, I mean, that's just plain and simple. Law enforcement are not going to get a grip on this. Nobody's going to get a grip on this. And I'm going to tell you the reasoning behind it. The reasoning behind it is some type of hatred for another group. Okay, now I know you say to yourself, gun, it's all bullshit. I agree. It is. But at the end of the day, the Sacramento politics have always been their own. They're going to continue as such. And Vatos out there are different. Okay, they're different. I know anyone could smack you in any city across America. Yes, over there in the Ukraine, they're smack-a-lacking all day. But at the same time, at the end of the day, Sacramento seems to be on the map just a little bit more when it comes to smacking lately. And that's because these guys are doing it hourly, minutely, secondly. Okay, and not secondly. Read between the lines. So what happened was, you know, people were out there hanging out in front of this nightclub and a fight broke out. You know, there was a fight. And, you know, usually when you go to a club, so hey, you pitch my girl's ass, like, you take that one and that one, right? And the tiger uppercuts are flying. People are doing the bitty, bitty, bum, bum. They're doing whatever it is, and they're squaring off and they're handling business. Now, if a man comes from the shoulders from these and he handles business with another man or even women, I can't say nothing. I can't say nothing for you, man. That's normal to me. That happens. You know, drinks are flowing. People are on a good one. They're 10 to 2 in the alley. And shit happens. People say one thing or another, or you spot the enemiga, the opposition, and people are going to get off where they're mad at. Absolutely, indubitably, especially in the city of Sacramento, where the enemies are all over the place. You know, you got to understand, people from Sacramento, they come to these particular nightclubs, downtown Sac, from the south side of Sacramento, north side, Highlands, everywhere, and they all meet up, and basically everyone's clubbing, having a good old time, you know, trying to get at the hyenas. The hyenas are trying to knock them a do one time for their mind, because, oh yes, in Califas right here, the hyenas will knock your ass backwards. So everyone's trying to get their issue, and then a fight breaks out. And this is what happened this weekend. A fight broke out, and guns got drawn. You know, people started to recognize Vatos from the different neighborhood or from a different set, and a gunfight ensued. Okay, and at first it was just semi-automatic weapons. You could hear pop, 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 pop. They were going at it, and then of course someone had to go get the drum from the carro, and it stopped. Drum time. It was drum time. and they shot into the crowd. Of course, 12 to 15 people were hit. 6 succumbed to their wounds, 3 men and 3 women. Okay, so now you ask yourself, well, how do we prevent this, Gun? Shit happens in Sacra. It's been happening like this. And you're absolutely right. It does happen like this in Sacramento daily. The only reason we're even talking about this incident right now is because it was a mass shooting where more than 3 got hit. Okay, usually 6 people die over the weekend in Sacramento. Hey, watch out. Wind's blowing. Newsflash. That's normal. That's normal in them Sacramento streets. From Mac Road back to Florin, Vato's been getting their shit peeled. Their wigs are split. There's noodles all over Highway 99. When you drive through, you're like, what is that? Sopa Charlie. That's someone's fucking Cecil. Straight up. Keep going. Right there. Yeah, right there. Next in between that 40 and that Newport port. The Newport pack. Just keep on going. You know what I mean? But damn, this is like a war zone like Oakland. No, this is Sacramento, homie. And there's wars happening deep in the bowels of Sacramento as well. I've spoke on it between Zilla's, Oak Park, 30 Gang Stars, G Parkway. You got North Highlands. They're wiggling. You feel me? You got all these different subsets and gangs and clicas, barrios, Franklin stand up. You got Fruit Ridge. Of course, you got the vatos out of Hout Park, them Sureños. You got the north side of Sacra. You got a lot of different individuals claiming different sets, different hoods, and holding it down for their territory in the city of Sac. And that's just the way it's going to be, and that's the way it's always been. What's unfortunate about this situation is people had to lose their lives in a mass group. Okay? Do I think vatos are cowards for shooting into a crowd? Absolutely. Okay, that's my opinion on it. Do I think the vato's a coward who did it? I'm not necessarily going to say he's a coward. I'm going to say I don't know exactly, what happened. He could have got hit and said, fuck it, la primera lives, and handled his business. So at the end of the day, I think it's a cowardly act to shoot into a crowd. But do I think it's a coward that did it? Chale, if you can understand my drift. I'm not here to disrespect anybody. At the same time, man, I just call a spade, and I call it as I see it. A very unfortunate circumstances. Now, people are asking, well, what was this stemmed from, Gun? Sasuke, put your ear to the streets. Sasuke, my shit's been on the concrete all weekend, and I can tell you, it was 2 rival gangs that got into it. Vato spotted each other and got off on their opposition, of course, with these, then with these, then with that. And people died. People die in gangbanging. That's part of the game. Very unfortunate that women, had to get killed. They were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And my condolences to the familias that are waking up today, Monday morning, and wondering what the fuck just happened. My daughter just went to the club, got her nails done. Her weave was hooked up. She was out there clubbing. And now she's out there. She ain't out there. It's just what it is. That's part of the Sacramento city life. When you're out there, you know that you can get it at any point in time. And it's a sick situation. It's a sick situation because people have children. That's someone's daughter or someone's primo or prima, or that's someone's, baby mama. She's out there. So, hey, you were supposed to be home with the kids. Orale, a little bit of Benadryl, and she went to the club. Well, guess what? Her kid woke up like, Mama. Sorry, Mama. You know what I mean? Mama's gone. She's gone because she was out there in the dangerous streets of the city of Sacramento, and it was the wrong place at the wrong time. That's all I can say about that. But people were asking me, who were the 2 groups involved? And without too much being said, man, I'm not going to put that out there. I know. Oh, yes. Oh, I know. Right? Motherfuckers got at me quick like, hey, Gun, did you hear about the homies from Boop to Boop, bitty bop, 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 bitty boop, boop, boop? And I said, bing, da, ba. Vatos are, unfortunately, people are going to get caught eventually, but not because of Gunners Collective. That's what's not going to happen. Shout outs and respects to all them gangbangers doing it in the city of Sacramento, man. I know it ain't right. I know it ain't a good look, but at the same time, man, I got to say, you motherfuckers are different. You're different. Yeah, you're different. Very different. Things have changed. I remember back in my days in the early 90s, prior to getting incarcerated, because that was a whole different animal. We're going to speak on that on Gunner's Profiles today. But I will say that, it was all about these. Every once in a while, you heard a shot get fired in the air, or someone kidnapped someone and took them out and bopped them, did the bop easy. But for the most part, in a menudo style, it was these, but it's not like this anymore. See, it doesn't matter if you have these or you don't have these. It's about social media. It's about likes. It's about views. It's about who gives a fuck about you. It's about the island boys. Then you're always going to have one of those who's going to tell on everybody. And unfortunately, that's what's going to happen in this situation. Someone's going to open their big fat fucking woka and he's going to tell on everybody, right? So the cops are investigating. From what I've been hearing, they're actually on to the culprits. It was multiple people firing gunshots. Multiple people got hit. Like I said, a gang melee ensued. You know, I've been involved in several gang melees, and I want to tell you a little story about one because it kind of correlates. I remember one time me and my homeboys, there was about 6 or 7 of us, and we were walking down Main Street in Merced, which everybody knows that's the predominant street where shit cracks as far as clubs, and we don't got much in the city of Merced. Let us win. We got 2 clubs, right? Let us win. But anyways, we were walking by this club called La Bahia, which was a traditional paisa club. A lot of Mexican music being played, a lot of highness. That's gay. The Vatos were winning out there. Fur coats, gold teeth, and hairy chests. Oh my. Vatos were out there trying to win. And we're actually walking from some highness house. We had partied that night, all the homeboys. We're just trying to make it back to the hood. So we're stepping. We ain't got no weapons. We ain't got no cars. So we ain't got no money. But we're young and we're mobbing. I was about 18, 19 years old. And I remember I was chilling with one of my homeboys, earlobe, and we're mobbing. And all of a sudden I see two of my homeboys get into it with 2 of the guys that are just happen to be standing out there smoking flowers in the front of this club. And of course, without hesitation, I did the Superman punch and came flying. They were just talking, but I could see it was in an aggressive manner. And sass, I caught one over here, and his jaw went over there. You know what I mean? It was he did the mash, he did the monster mash, and he fell out. That was it. No more. Hey, you want to settle the score? Big gun at your door. No beef, no more. Right? He hit the ground. And we proceeded to do the stompilation, not the rompilation, but the stompilation. Everyone was handling their business, and a big melee broke out. Of course, like I said, it was an unfortunate. What had happened was, after I heard the backstory, the homeboy asked for a frau. The vato told him to kick Rock's bum, and the homeboys were like, fuck you, just dead end. How the gang got involved, I can't call it. And then, of course, like a cat that I was, a thundercat, I came running and threw a first punch, and that was it. And then we taxed these guys. I remember we left. We were like, yeah, we did it. Homie. Yeah, dead end. And we're mobbing. And of course, these guys jumped in cars and came back. They actually came, followed us down the street. And that was very unfortunate for them because we weren't playing. And now we had a chance. We were walking through like a field and we had a chance at big old clavos, big old rocks. And we proceeded to handle our business on the side of their heads. That was that, allegedly. Okay. Again, like I said, anything can go down at any place and any time. It could be something as simple as kick Rock's bum or Charlie, I ain't got a cigarette for you, or no, I ain't got $1 for you, or man, you're on a good one. All these different phrases could spark something quick. But when you got enemies, now if it would have been someone that we didn't get along with, at that time there was a lot of red on red that was prevalent in the city of Merced. So if it would have been the North Side, Loughborough locals, or anyone like that at that time, we wouldn't have even talked. We'd have just got off immediately, and them vice versa, and likewise. They would have got off quick because they wasn't no suckers at all. And that's just how it goes. And that's what happened here in the city of Sacramento. You know, guys got spotted, a fight broke out, and then shots rang out. Now, of course, law enforcement's on their tails. They're on their helmets. You know, they're on the trail, the snail trail. They're going to find out exactly what happened without us having to say too much because that's just the way life goes. Someone's going to say something. Sounds good? It's written in the water, you know? It is what it is. And what that does is now that affects people like me and you. People around that just trying to have self-preservation, safety, and security and don't really want to be in the mix like that, but want to be able to have a little bit of these just in case, man, someone tries to break into our pad or disrespect us or do something, you know, that poses a threat to us or our familias. So it's going to be hard for us to protect our family because this is going to give the administration the firepower, the necessary tools that they need to take it up to Congress to say, look, this is why these babosos don't need guns because they're doing way too much with them. You know, and it affects everybody. It affects gun laws. It affects a lot of different things, all because some vatos want to gangbang. Now, I ain't going to sit here and say it's wrong. Hey, if loving you was wrong, the wind's blowing. I don't want to be right? I'm not going to say it's wrong because I once lived that life. It was a terrible life, a horrible life. I went through a lot of struggle, a lot of strife, a lot of sangre that came from my fucking head, my face, my nose, my mouth, oh my eye, right? And likewise to other people. And at the same time, I knew I was out there on some street terrorism shit. I knew I was out there acting a fool, acting boo-boo the fool. And that was unbecoming of who I really was. That wasn't my true nature, my true character. My true character was I'm a guy that liked to joke, have a good time, and get along with everyone. But at the same time, the wiggle was real and the gangbang was even realer. That's what I was on. Menudo style, right? But it's unfortunate. You know, it's unfortunate that the city of Sacramento, once again, for the fucking 90th weekend in a row, has hit the news and the airwaves, and someone has gotten killed. Now, like I said, it happens every weekend in the city of Sacramento on Florin Road. But we got a body. 4th Street body. You know what I mean? Capitol, right on the Capitol doorsteps. Hey, what is that? That's a body, right? And of course, on back to South Sac, Iraq. That's just how it is. But this one hit the waves. This one hit the airline. This one hit the airwaves because it was a mass killing. You know, it's something that's going to go national, or if it hasn't already went national news. or it might not. Usually when there's a lot of brothers and Mexicanos involved, Charlie, homie, we ain't getting no love. I thought you knew it. Fool, you know how they do it, right? Straight up. That's just being a realist. That's being 100% real, 140% real. Orderly gangbanging, right? Or 13. Either way, or Bulldogs. Either way, everyone gets their love right here in Gunners Collective. But with that, I wanted to say, yes, they're hot on their trails. It was a gang melee that ensued, unfortunately and allegedly. But we'll see how it all plays out. I'm hoping eventually, smarter heads will prevail. OGs will get out of prison. They'll start to settle their people down and show them the frivolousness of the activities. Because all this gangbanging does when you're taking it to that highest degree, to that level, is put the target back on you. Vatos are going to retaliate now. It's going to go back and forth. There's going to be war in the streets and there's going to be more casualties of war, meaning more innocent bodies are going to drop just based on they're in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's a fortunate situation when you can't even walk around your own fucking city that you grew up, that you breathed and slept and got love for. I got love for soccer. You know what I mean? You did have love for soccer. You know what I mean? But does soccer have love for you? That's the truth of the matter. Anyways, with that being said, there's not too much I could speak on other than, yes, there was a mass killing in the city of Sacramento over the weekend. 12 to 15 people were injured, hit. 6 did succumb to their wounds, men and women, 3 and 3. And that's just basically what it was. It was just a bar fight, a club fight that spilled out into the streets. And Vatos got jiggy with it like Will Smith. But they weren't throwing slaps, they were throwing caps. And not the kind that I throw. And that's just what it was. I've talked to a couple homeboys out there in Sacra, and they said, man, they're getting ready. They're getting bunkered down. They're ready for the war, man. There will be a lot of retaliation from what side and to what degree of war. They can't call it like an alcoholic, but they are prepared for whatever. And Drums R Us is open and ready and available. Anyways, very unfortunate. I'm using that word a lot today because that's the only word that comes to mind. With that being said, I hope that you move fast with a purpose. I hope you think about your familia and those around you and stay aware, man. Watch where you're going, especially if you're out there in the city of Sacramento. My condolences to the families, to the gente that's hard to wiggle out there now because you don't know what's going to crack. It could be someone's head. It could be a clickety clack, 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 clack. Or, you know what I mean? It could be your baby mama's door and you see another vato back there. Either way, something cracks open and then something will crack off. With that being said, go out there and get it for your familia, man. You still got to get up, get out and get something. You still got to go to work because guess what, man? They don't give a fuck. Gas is going up and bills need to be paid. Now that's unfortunate. With that being said, go out there and get it. Please like and subscribe if you like this. If you don't, you can hit that thumbs down. It's okay. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to drop the Bangladeshis. Daily content is a must. Where I'm from, Red Rum, leave your body dumb, dum. Gunner is here to the must. Where he's from, something like that. I don't know. It's too early. Anyways, go out there, get it, gente. Menudo. Think about your familia. Don't be a baboso, Shit will get ugly fast or get fast ugly. It happens like that. The gun respects your Sacramento.